So I'm a survivor of sexual violence,
Yeah.
which led to being a rough sleeper,
Yeah.
which led to multiple suicide attempts
Yeah.
going back about 10 years ago. And whenever I hear people using the word shame,
Mm-hmm.
I think, well, that's what led from one thing to the other to the next.
Mm-hmm.
And well, I'm sat here listening to you, and I'm really struggling with the idea
Sure.
of shame being positive. because
Sure.
With the
I know.
therapy that I've been working through, it's all
Mhm.
focused on compassion.
Sure.
So I'm wondering, how
Okay.
do you
Sure.
bring that compassionate element into this scenario?
Well, I know that I've also had
Thank you for sharing.
quite vast experience with people with all forms of we call it sexual aggression, just to give it a blanket term. What we actually work on is to transform that shame. That they feel that shame is understandable, and yet, just to bring it back into the blame aspect, they're not to blame. They're not to blame. And this is the same that I have with every person that's the victim of a toxic work environment. That's the most difficult task I have, is to get them somehow to understand they're not to blame for the situation they're in. And people who've been in a toxic relationship will probably recognize this as well. It takes time before you realize you're in it. You know, you're already knee-deep in the SH1T before you realize, oh dear, something's not quite working out the way it should go. True? So I'm all for let's redefine shame. Let's redefine it as that what, because why do people feel ashamed is because they feel they do not belong. They feel disconnected from the society that they should be connected in. And I believe that's the answer. Also with trauma victims, reconnecting with society is very important.
What about those that are perpetrating? What about those who are perpetrating the harm?
Oh
Just
yes,
bring it
well,
back into the context of planetary harm and destruction that's driven often by profit and business as usual. How
Yeah.
to address that?
again, the restorative approach is, I think, the only one that maybe offers us some insights. If you look at the perpetrator of a crime, the Western system puts them in front of a judge, punishes them where they get taught how not to get caught in the future, and the system perpetrates itself. This is also the systems thinking. In systems thinking, a system will always look for homeostasis, will always look for a way to keep itself going. And this is exactly what the whole punitive system does as well. If you're interested, there is somewhere on YouTube is available Burning Bridges. It's a short documentary about where they did treat 4 perpetrators in something relatively minor in a different way. Relatively minor, they burnt a bridge down. There are a couple of beautiful documentaries, but they're not freely available. The one is called Facing the Demons. Beautiful, really beautiful. It's about 4 teenagers who went into a Pizza Hut and murdered a 17-year-old standing behind the till and got $400 or something in Australia. So, I mean, a really horrid crime with really what for? And they actually did a restorative intervention using them also with some nice insights.
Perfect.